Alright, what's up guys? Hope y'all's day's gone well. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the benefits of journaling. It's affected my life big time and I wanted to share with you some of the benefits. I boiled down about 8 points here that I wanted to go over. And I just wanted to kind of go over some stuff with you, tell you about the benefits that I've drawn from it and just some things that I practice. And I wanted to share something real quick. This is my grandmother's journal that I found 2013 when she passed. Oh, I'm sorry, it was 2010. I started journaling in 2013, but my aunt, shout out to you, Aunt Tricia, she made this for me. We found her journal when she passed. My aunt binded this for me and it was really cool to read it, and what was really sparked me to start journaling was my grandmother. When I found this journal, I started reading the memories and thinking how cool it was to just be able to reflect on that and have her share those with me, and with her not even being here, still able to have a piece of her with me by reading them. So I started thinking about that and how I wanted to do that for my children and myself. So that's what journaling's been doing for me, has been able to help me jot down memories and just really to have an opportunity for my kids hopefully to see one day, which I'll talk a little bit about that with what I've done. I'll show you here a couple of my journals. I started a journal for each of my daughters. Whenever I found my grandmother's journal here and started rereading it and going through some of the stuff she read, I thought I wanted to do this for my kids. I thought it was really awesome to be able to document that and share it with them. So I just bought these two little moleskin books and wrote my daughter's name on the front of them. And basically what I do is just, when I have cool memories or something that has happened in my life, or I had a learning moment with them, or just something really cool that happened, I just jot it down. Stuff that happened on a weekend, our routine morning, just how things are, just so that I can reflect back and see those. And eventually one day I'll give these to them and hopefully they'll appreciate it. But it's been really cool to be able to document that. I did another one for my other daughter, Jordan. Right now they are both, my daughter's, Jocelyn, is almost 6 and the other one's almost 3, so it's just a lot of action, a lot of things going on in my life, and things that I want to remember and reflect back on, and it'll be cool one day to do that with them. But so when I get into the benefits of journaling and why I do journaling and some of the stuff that has helped me. Number one, I've talked a little bit about it, is reflect and project. I think it's really cool to go back and see what you were documenting and what you were talking about 3, 4, 5 months ago, maybe even a year. I've started doing this for about 4 years now. So I've developed 1, 2, almost 3 full journals over that time. But it's just cool to pick up an old journal, reflect back on it, and even in a shorter time period, really. I start every year at the beginning with my goals, and then just throughout the year I'm able to reflect back on each month, and it helps me project forward to hit my goals and where I need to go. So it just helps me dial in a little bit better, focus in on my goals and what I need to do. So I love journaling, love being able to reflect and documenting my thoughts, and just making sure I'm on track with where I want to go in life. So my second one is, you can pour your thoughts out of your head. You don't have them rattling around, so things that are going on in your head all the time, you're able to pour them out on a pen and paper, right? It's not taking up space. So whenever you get these thoughts out of your head, it's good to kind of vent, and get that out on paper, and you kind of get a little more creative, because when you're writing, it registers differently in your brain. So you remember things differently, and it's just a good way to get thoughts out of your head so that you can have more power for creativity, right? Alfred Hitchcock said one thing, my dad told me, it gives you a clear horizon, right? That's what he wanted in life, and that's what everybody should want in life, is a clear horizon. It gives you an opportunity to be creative. If you have all this stuff in your head and this is crammed in here, you have no room for other information. You have no room for anything else to intervene, right? So if you get that out of your head, pour it down on a journal, get those thoughts out of your head, you're allowed things to flow more better, and you have a horizon that allows you to be creative. So another thing that I like about journaling is it allows me to vent. It allows me to put my emotions out, share some frustration that nobody else is going to see. There's confusing emotions that we go through, especially as a father, as a man, as a Christian, as an employee. There's just so many different things, a brother, a son, that you have to deal with on a daily basis, and it can get really confusing. It's an opportunity to kind of talk about things, your life, with yourself, really. It allows me to kind of step outside of myself and evaluate my life differently. Allows you to kind of release frustration and vent to yourself, really, instead of blowing up on your wife or blowing up on your kids. You know, you're able to kind of push that off just on your journal here. So another thing is it allows you to focus on your inner world. Kind of talked a little bit about that, but you're really able to focus on yourself, step outside of yourself and really dissect your life and evaluate it from a different perspective. Another thing I think is it allows you to capture your thoughts. And we'll talk about that. It allows you to get your thoughts out on paper, and then also while you're doing that, you're seeing those on paper, you're able to put action to those thoughts. There's something very powerful about when you put something on paper, it kind of comes to life. At least it has for me. I mean, I'm a big list taker. You know, I make lists about everything that if it's not on paper, I don't get done. When my thoughts are captured and I'm able to let my juices flow and just kind of not care about what I'm really talking about, but able to come back and dissect it and just, you know, you don't have to be so subjective. You just kind of just want to put it on paper, then you can come back and see the creativity in it. So allows you to capture your thoughts and then put action to them. Makes you mindful, grateful. It puts you in the present moment. I'm reading this book, 10-Minute Mindfulness, and it's been a great book. It's kind of what I've been wanting to learn about, is just how to slow down a little bit, just be present, be in the moment. They talk about journaling a lot. And if you want to slow down your life, I think it's a great way to do that, because it's basically what you're doing. You're slowing down your life to put it on paper, and it takes time to do that, but it's a very powerful thing to do. It allows you to just kind of look around and just count your blessings, to be grateful for the simple things in life. Just puts you in the present moment, makes you very mindful of what you have. Another one, I think this is a good one too. So what I've been learning with journaling, and everything I learned something different with this practice, and it is a practice, right? Is that it helps change your perspective, kind of, you know, whenever you're able to dissect your life, digest your thoughts differently, put them on paper, your lens kind of changes and you're able to react differently instead of respond. You're really quick to, you know, slow down and take that breath and just be mindful of the moment instead of judging somebody or snapping at your kids, yelling at your wife, or doing something at work that, you know, sending a crappy email or something like that. You know, it just helps you change your perspective, helps you digest life, and then it helps you dissect it to basically put your focus where it needs to be. So that's what I've been really learning is that while I'm journaling and while I'm doing these things and writing about this and reflecting back on my goals, it does allow me to put my focus back in perspective, and I'm able to really digest life and what has happened and why this happened and how I reacted and how it made me feel, so that I can go forward and just, you really peel the onion pretty deep. You know, the journaling allows you to really find who you are and dissect your life, and so that you can really make sure you're on track. And the number one I said, reflect and project. You know, I think it really helps you stay in line, because we can get distracted so easily with life, and journaling helps me keep on track. So I wanted to tell you guys what I'm using. It's just the very first one I got, my mother bought me. It was a leather journal. You know, it's funny because when I was talking about looking back, I was so I wrote so plain, and just, you know, really don't be afraid about what you write, because it doesn't matter. It's really what cool is. I learned a lot now. I mean, this has sparked something to me where I almost want to write a book. I mean, I put some pretty good thoughts down that I feel that for me it helps me with life. But just start. If you're wanting to be more present, be more mindful in the moment, capture your memories, you know, send something to your daughters. I think this was really cool. I'm really excited about that, and it takes a little bit of time, but you don't have to sit there and write a book, you know. I mean, I write just small little blurbs, and just sometimes I get pretty sentimental, you know, around Christmas, and I got some time, I'll sit there and write a pretty good lengthy deal for them, but it don't have to be a lot. It's just capturing those moments so that you don't forget them. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, comments, if you like it, please like below. My daughter just walked in my office. I think it's time for supper, so I'm gonna wrap this up, but I hope that you enjoyed this. Like I said, if there's any questions, any comments, let us know about them. We'd love to help you out. Go buy a journal, start writing. It's powerful, it's awesome. Thank you guys for listening.